I don't know. I mean, we approach life differently. I'm not sure, personally, that freedom, this amorphous notion of freedom, actually sits at the nexus of these conversations like people think it is. I think to an extent, it's about being a mensch, being a good person, or not being a mensch. But yeah, I mean, I guess it is frustrating to people, especially after 2 years in, that we can't do everything that we want to do because there's a global pandemic.
Any thoughts in terms of, and I think this is well established by virtue of the fact that you've never seen a court do anything about these mandates, but any sort of comments on the legality or constitutionality of mandates in the first place?
Well, I mean, first of all, I think it depends nation by nation. I think if we want to speak about it generally within the kind of the democratic framework, that's kind of why we elect democratic governments, to make certain laws that are there for our best interest. Some of those will include protection of ourselves, as individuals, and of the groups. So, I mean, sometimes government has to do those kinds of things. The problem is that when we look back at the COVID pandemic, we are looking at it through a historic lens. And every country, with no exception, made mistakes. Some countries made a lot of mistakes, some countries are still making mistakes, and some made comparatively few. But we're seeing now, even in countries like New Zealand, where at least science and the medicine says they made comparatively few mistakes, are dealing with, by comparison, massive outbreaks right now. So the problem is that, these things haven't gone away yet. They're not about to go away anytime in the near future. Who knows how many booster shots we're all going to have? So I guess we're either going to fit ourselves into camps where we're going to go along with the best judgment of the people hired and engaged by the governments that we hopefully democratically elect, or we're going to protest against them. And that could be in the form of trucker convoys or taking our masks off and getting into fights with people at Costco.
I love getting into fights with people at Costco.